look like you need the pain pill. Hi, I'm Dean Bushmiller with Expanding Security. The pain pill is every Tuesday for 3 minutes. It's finding one thing that can make us more secure, make us better at our job, and make our job better for us. You can get your free class Thursday, 6 p.m. Central by going to bit.ly painpill_29. This week we're going to talk about hard drive image threats. Hard drive image threats? Well, let's back up for a second. Pen testers like myself find extra things on workstations every once in a while. We're usually looking for a way to attack from the workstation to get to the servers, to get to the really juicy stuff. Every once in a while we see an attacker has already gotten on the machine. They've owned it at that moment in time. That's before we got there. Sometimes they own more than one host on the network, and we look around and we see the same attack, the same files, the same exact dates. That's kind of curious. Now, it's not such a big deal to find a compromised workstation on a network. I mean, it happens. In larger networks, you're going to have a compromised host. When it happens to one, it raises an eyebrow, and we think, okay, there's going to be a lot more that's been attacked here. Two, in the exact same fashion, maybe that happens. But three, in the exact same way, something's really wrong, and we have a systemic problem. Houston, we have a problem. Unfortunately, and fortunately, we won't hear those words again for the foreseeable future in the U.S. So what happened? Well, I started asking myself, how was the image created for this machine? How was the host actually installed? A lot of times what we do is we create a gold image from the perfect host on our network, from the perfect workstation, and then we image it to all these other machines. And we use imaging software, we use hard drive duplicators. And sometimes what happens is those images are attacked before they get deployed to the individual workstations. So sometimes they're attacked before they're patched, and sometimes they're just attacked before they're imaged. And then we go and we propagate that image out to other machines. So all those images that are copied out to all of those other machines are zombies also. They're under command and control by somebody else. And usually what we see is we see a lot of the same workstations with a lot of the same evil files from a particular date on them. This could be considered an advanced persistent threat. I hate the term because it's so overused today, but it's the truth. And what's happened is an attacker is controlling all of our duplication software or all of our hard devices that we're using, and it's a real risk to all of our assets. What we haven't done is we haven't controlled the source image, so the attacker has. Now remember, when we control the source image, we need to talk to original equipment manufacturers because most OEMs require customers to provide their own source images for those machines. It's not the OEM's fault, it's our fault for giving a bad image. But we give that image up to the manufacturer and then they duplicate it through all of our workstations. So how is this a problem for the single user, for the home user? Well, images are used there also. The big box store with the geek service says they'll fix or upgrade or clean out your machine. And they use images when they actually start over. And remember, they don't build them by hand either because that's going to take them way too long and they just don't have enough time and they want to charge for the service. So ask yourself, what software did they use? Could that software be compromised? What images did they use, and could those images be compromised in any way, shape, or form? Sometimes they'll say, well, we've put this software on your machine because it's good for you so we can come back in and fix it later. And it may be another way to get back onto your machine. I mean, it could be something as simple as PC Anywhere or the ability to remote in that they've installed for you to be convenient. The reality is they may not control that PC Anywhere or that remote desktop protocol. Somebody else may. So how is this a problem for my enterprise? Well, your people, your vendors, your third-party contractors are given these images. What image did you give them, and how did they get it? And that image, was that source patched? It could be that it was attacked and then patched, and we think, well, it's patched, it's okay. And the reality is the underlying image is attacked. It is compromised. So where did we put the source image? Where are those files, and are they protected? Because we may create the perfect image of a machine, but somebody can actually get into the source image itself and compromise it. Every once in a while, we'll actually pull an image back from a host and say, this is the perfect image. We'll use that one, and we replicate it out, and it happens to be compromised. So the core problem is that we don't have a robust image security process. And I think it's very doubtful that we have that because it's just not on our radar. Now, I usually see these things in penetration tests when it's way too late. And that means that you get to start over again. And the answer is it's a lot of money. The question was, how much is this going to cost me to clean up from? And that core problem of your images being compromised is a big deal. So get an image creation policy. Set up clean room conditions, protect the image source, and in the initial patching, make sure that it's segregated on a separate network that only connects to the vendor's website where you're actually doing the patching from. From an action item standpoint, pen test the images, or get somebody that can, maybe like me. Do a forensics analysis of the image to make sure that it is clean. And there's plenty of people that'll do that for you, and if you don't know them, I'll put you in contact with them. Remember, if you create an image before you use that, you have a reference to start from. If you get something from the vendor, let's say you buy your brand new machine from the big box store out there, you could image it at that point. A lot of people trust the manufacturer's hidden partitions to re-image and clean out their machine, and sometimes, in many cases, the attacker will actually attack the hidden partition and put their files there. If you're going to build images, build them from the original sourceware. Don't make copies of copies. You can get more pain pills by going to expandingsecurity.com or going to our YouTube channel. There's a lot more details if you sign up, and you can get them on our website. This week, I want you to come to our live class on Thursday at 6 p.m. Central by going to the bit.ly/painpill_29 5 minutes before class. And hopefully, you won't need a pain pill until next week.